Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to our morning wake-up call. Glad to have you here with us. And I am excited for the message today. And the gentleman that's going to bring it here, great friend of mine. And he's we've been friends for over 15 years now and got to watch each other grow in business. And I've watched his family. He's built a very successful business and, came from retail sales, built a successful business. They're youth ministers, run a youth ministry business, not a business, but a youth ministry, and just a great person with a big heart and is going to have a great message. So Chris Smith from Oklahoma. Chris, are you there?
I am, and thank you very much for the kind words, Patty, and really excited about today's chapter as well. I like doing chapters on things that I'm good at, to be honest. The one tomorrow is one that I wouldn't want to do, but today's I'm really excited about doing. If there was ever a training call to do 5 minutes late, it would have been today's, so that the right people hear it or whatever. But anyway, with that, I'll get started. So we're in chapter 28 of the 100 Little Things That Matter. And today is Punctuality Shows Respect. And it goes on to say, have you ever noticed that tardiness is on the rise? People are chronically late for work, for their teachers' conferences, or athletic contests, for dinner engagements, even for parties or celebrations. Tardiness or lack of punctuality has been the downfall of many men and women who simply thought it was not important to be on time. Contacts have been lost, friendships have been broken, and reputations have been damaged. Horace Mann, father of the American education system, felt strongly about this issue. He said, "Unfaithfulness in keeping an appointment is an act of clear dishonesty. You may as well borrow a person's money as his time." And the way I took that is you might as well steal their money as their time, because it is valuable. And my 2 cents on that is the most important thing in the about my life is time. Time's more important than money, I guess would be the better way to say it. I can spend $1 today, I can earn $1 tomorrow, and then spend it again, and I can always go earn more money to spend. Time is one of those things that you can never have back again. It's like, once it's spent, it's gone. So I know one of my biggest motivators in life to build my business was to spend more time with my family. It was to earn time. It was to earn freedom of time. So time is the most valuable thing in the system, if you will, for me to have, because I do know that it's very valuable. So anyway, back to the book. All successful people view their time as a precious resource. When you are late for an appointment with people who value their time, you have wasted their most valuable asset, and there's a good chance you'll be viewed as rude, irresponsible, and disrespectful. Not only should you make an effort to be on time for business-related appointments, but you should also do your utmost to be on time for personal commitments. Valuing your friends' time and earning their respect is an important part of your reputation and your ability to build and maintain relationships. Whatever your appointments may be, a business meeting, a dinner engagement, or a phone call, you should strive to be on time. And then he lists 4 benefits of being on time. He says it demonstrates that you are diligent and dependable. It indicates that you honor your commitments and you can be trusted. It shows respect for other people's time, and it sets a good example for your children and others who look up to you. So let's look at 2 scenarios where punctuality is critical. Number 1, in-person appointments and meetings. If you set a goal to arrive 5 minutes early, you'll be more likely to arrive on time, giving yourself a buffer in case you experience an unexpected delay. There are other benefits as well. Arriving early makes you feel relaxed. You'll be better organized and prepared for your appointment. One more benefit is to arriving early means that you won't have to make an excuse for being late. I don't know about you, but I hate listening to excuses. And even worse, I hate making excuses. Throughout my career, I have always strived to arrive for my appointments at least 5 minutes early to gather my presentation materials and review my notes. Then at least the time, then at the exact time of the appointment, I rang the bell or entered the meeting location. This was an easy way to make a great first impression. Number 2, phone appointments. When you schedule phone appointments, always be clear who will be responsible for initiating the call. When you don't know who is initiating the call, then accept the responsibility and make the call at the scheduled time. If you are a person responsible for initiating the call, what kind of impression will you make? Will it be a positive or a negative? If you call at the exact time of the scheduled appointment, I can assure you it will be noticed. I have had hundreds of people tell me, "Wow, you're right on time." That comment makes me know that I have made a memorable impact. What should you do if your best intentions to be on time fail? Circumstances do arise, and it won't always be possible to be on time. If you sense that you're going to be late due to stalled traffic or unexpected delays, be respectful. Use your cell phone to call as soon as you know that you're going to be late so that the person you're to meet with can plan accordingly. So I really, really like this chapter. I'm very excited to see what Patty says about it. I will say real quick, because I know when I worked as a manager in retail, I unloaded trucks. We worked very early in the morning. I would have to be there at 3 o'clock to unlock the store and open the doors and get prepared for the day. And then my people would start being staged in starting at 3:30 in the morning. And, I was in my early 20s and a little rough around the edges, but I picked it up from a movie or a comedian or something. I don't even know where I'd picked it up from. But I had a little saying with the people that worked for me, and it was, early is on time is late, and late is fired. But it did kind of help set an expectation to be on time. It's important. So anyway, with that being said, Patty, we'll let you share your thoughts, and I'm excited to hear them.
Well, it's a great chapter, and I was thinking when I was expecting my daughter years ago, they set my appointment for 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'd go in at 2:30 to the doctor's appointment. At 4:30, they'd get me in for a 5-minute appointment, and this went on for like 4 months. And so, and it was frustrating because I had a job, and I should have been able to get back to my job on time, and I wasn't. And so when it came to set the 5th month appointment, they said, well, we'll just keep it at 2:30. And I said, no, let's just make it at 4:30. And they're like, well, we don't have any openings at 4:30. And I said, well, you must, because I've been coming in at 2:30, every week, and you or every month, and you don't get me in until 4:30. And she goes, well, we're really sorry, things come up. And I can get that with a doctor, once, maybe twice, but for 4 months, it was just like, we're not going to do that. And I thought, at that point, well, my time is important too, because we have to get, and it was just a big lesson. But when we said it, it was like, we just went to 4:30 from then, and I was in immediately. I walked in, they got me right in. But there is a certain, when you set appointments with people, to be able to be respectful. And I have another mentor, and he said that, just kind of like Chris said earlier, time is the one thing you never get back if you lose it. And he said if people make appointments with him, like at a restaurant, he said even friends, he said he has a 10-minute window. And if they don't show up in 10 minutes, he gets up and leaves. He gets there early, had to have coffee. And he said one of his friends, he said they called him because he wasn't there. And he said it was 10 minutes and he wasn't there, so he got up and left. He said at 20 minutes after the appointment or the dinner was supposed to be, the friend called him and was like, hey, where are you? And he goes, well, I waited for 10 minutes. He said he had a 10-minute rule, and that he said this was a person that they got together regularly, but he said that set the standard of respect that he said his friend was never late again from then on out. So sometimes we just have to be, think about that and it's important. I mean, because that it lets people know how you are. And I'm kind of like this book, when people make excuses, I know things come up, traffic, things out of our control. But that phone call to let you know that you're late, going to be late beforehand is really helpful. If I remember once I had a flat tire, and thank goodness it was in cell phone times, but I knew I was going to be late. I didn't work on fixing the tire first. I called the person that I was going to be with, and it's like, hey, got a flat tire. I really apologize, and give them an estimated time of arrival. And everybody was fine because I didn't wait until the time of the appointment to call them. I called them before and gave them a heads up so they could plan on if they had something to do in those few minutes of phone call to make. So that's what I've got, Chris. I'll throw it back to you.
Yeah, it's all good stuff, and like you said, it's a good thing today. And what I like about the book is it kind of follows up here at the end. It says the little things that matter challenge. It says, is punctuality a challenge to you? Let me encourage you to take pride in being a person who is always on time and prepared for your appointment. Set reminders or alarms on your computer or cell phone. Fill your gas tank every time it gets down to 1/4 of a tank, and if you live in rural areas, maybe even half a tank, so that stopping for gas doesn't make you late. Do whatever it takes to be on time. And then Nathaniel Emmons, a revered American speaker and writer, said, I could never think well of a man, intellectual or moral character, if he was habitually and unfaithful to his appointments. And my 2 cents on that is that's it. Things do come up. If we communicate well, come up. It does fix a lot of it. But I think the real problem is it's an attitude. If I'm running behind, I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry, and you give them a call. But if you don't have that attitude of the importance of it, that's when you become habitually late. That's when it becomes habit to you. That's when it becomes part of who you are and who you're known for. And then the last thing he has here, it says, when you're on time, you enhance your brand. And when you are late, you devalue your brand. With intentional effort, you can be punctual for every appointment. And guys, with that being said, we're done this morning. We're very glad that you joined us here today. And be here tomorrow. It's going to be a fantastic chapter as well. Remember, we do this Monday through Friday, and we look forward to seeing you later. So we'll unmute the lines here so that you can say goodbye to each other. Have a wonderful day. And Patty, if you'll unmute, that would be awesome. I forgot how.
Great job, Doug.
Thanks, Bob.
Guys. Have a great day.
Thank
Have a
you
great
so
day
much.
for that call today.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, everyone.